Alright, so this is part 3 of A Summer's End, Hong Kong 1986. A little bit of a TMI, but after I finished editing the first part of A Summer's End, I went on and cried myself to sleep, so... I was over like, damn dude, the game isn't even ended yet, I'm already hit with the depression. But a little bit of a recap. We had Michelle going back to Mongkok because fucking Joey decided to try and hit on her, and Michelle just wasn't having it, but she's that sort of girl who isn't confrontive, who isn't going to confront her problems, and she'd rather just do it in a more passive way. So she ended up going to Mongkok, and since she was there, she decided to search for the diamond videos. She found Sam. A really nice scene happened, and their interactions are always nice. And then after that, Sam invites Michelle to a show in her friend's bar/disco, and then we got to meet her friend Cecilia, and Michelle just has like a problem with her immediately. Well, according to Michelle, she feels like Cecilia is a little bit hostile to her, so because of that, Michelle is just portraying that same thing to Cecilia. It's just fantastic. I kind of understand what she means, like when she feels like Cecilia is a little hostile to her. I kind of get it, but, you know, it's the whole... they're best friends, and Cecilia's like, oh, is this girl the girl that you're interested in? So she's trying to test the waters, see what the hell is going on with this girl, aka Michelle. So understandable. Michelle wasn't having a fun time at the bar, so they left, and then we have the curry incident to where Michelle had a bit of an outburst on Sam, which I mean, granted, it's understandable. She's the sort of person who's keeping everything to herself, so this whole thing, especially on her favorite blouse, the curry on her favorite blouse, it just popped the cork of this bottleneck that she was having, and Sam just happened to be this, what she felt at the time was the source of her troubles, but Sam just took in stride, and she's just like, yo, you know, come to my apartment, I live above a laundromat that runs 24 hours, so 24/7, so come on in. And yeah, that's where we are. Wow, that's quite the recap. As you can see, I am now also red. So yeah, so this was when, yeah, she wanted to blame Sam, it wasn't her fault, but she could take some partial responsibility, and it's just kind of like, well, she is sort of doing it, you know, by taking you here. She's got these little bead curtains, I see. Hey, Michelle? I left for you a set of towels and some shirt you could change into out here. I'll bring you your shirt to the cleaners and I'll come right back up. Just hang tight. Okay. Don't mind the messiness. I'll tidy up when I come back. Thank you. I don't really mind. Okay, make yourself at home. Look at Sam, very trusting. But I do like the depiction of her home, which is also extremely fucking tiny. It's a studio. Like, there's a tiny little kitchen right here. She's got everything all, like, fucking stacked up together. Very cluttered, you know? You know that someone lives here. Silence. I had Sam take my stained blouse and undershirt to the cleaners. While she was gone, I changed into one of Sam's shirts. It was an odd turn in events. I was quite embarrassed. But at least I don't have to go around in public smelling like a fishbowl stand any longer. Look at her. Another inconvenient thing. It seems like when you're with Sam, it's just inconvenience after inconveniences. What's going on with my luck these days? And right now, I'm stuck in Sam's house until my clothes are finished washing. Maybe you should call your mom. I was so upset earlier. I know it wasn't Sam's fault. I have no one to blame for except myself. I took a look at myself in the mirror. Sam gave me a white button-up shirt to wear for the time being. I saw her other clothes hanging in her open closet. Sam had quite an eclectic fashion sense. Eclectic? I should be thankful she picked out a plain white blouse for me to wear. It appeared to be the most normal-looking item she owned. The sizing was similar to my own blouse, but the fitting was loose. The shoulders were baggy on my shoulders. Wait. The shoulders were a bit baggy on my shoulders. Okay. The material was thin. I felt a draft. Things just keep happening when I'm around her, huh? That's right. I've definitely missed the last train now. Between taking a taxi home covered in curry sauce or going to Sam's apartment to wash up, I chose the latter option. I wanted to at least limit the embarrassment to as few people as possible. I didn't want to leave washing my soiled clothes for another day. Getting rid of that stain was a time-sensitive issue. That's right. I figured my mother wouldn't appreciate it if I turned on the washing machine in the late night. Luckily, there just happened to be a 24-hour laundromat nearby, and Sam's apartment was just above. Her place was less than 200 meters from the station. Not a bad location, I have to say. She lived in a small studio apartment. Her small twin-sized bed was a few steps away from a kitchen that only had a portable gas stove and microwave. There was a small refrigerator, of course, but there was nothing otherwise in the kitchen that would have indicated that it was a place for gourmet cooking. Gourmet cooking? Alright. Alright, Michelle. They say that the kitchen is the heart of the home. In Sam's case, it was quite the opposite. While her kitchen might have been quite nondescript, the many personal belongings that filled her den was where she showed her taste. It was not dissimilar to her video store. Quite cluttered, yep. I saw fashion magazines, books, tapes, and records stacked about in a disorderly fashion. On the contrary, she arranged her collection of photo books neatly. An old Leica camera stood out on her shelf. It appeared broken, however. Below. Yes, right next to the TV, I think. Her television sat next on top of a VCR player. I also saw that it was connected to a Laserdisc player. I guess for watching all her movies. There was so much personality in this small apartment. Yeah. She made use of her balcony space as well and had some laundry hanging. I noticed she kept houseplants by the window. They were ordinary potted plants, though they appeared to be wilting. They seemed to say, "Please water me, I'm on the verge of death." I should heed their cries for mercy and water them. I borrowed a cup. What if they're like, "I've already had water, you're overwatering me"? I found a cup in her kitchen cupboard. Where's the cupboard? At least her dishes were done and put away. I wondered if Sam lived alone. Don't lie to me, I see a bow right here. And what is this? I wondered if Sam lived alone. Already said that. From what I saw, it didn't appear to be anyone else living with her. She didn't have a sofa. Nor did she have any other notable pieces of furniture besides a bed and a low table. Was this a comfortable way to live? It would be weird for me to sit down on her bed or kneel on the floor. I stood by the balcony door and curiously looked outside. It seemed like people were going about their daily business on the street below. It must get noisy sometimes at night here. Oh, she does live above a laundromat. It felt so strange to be here like this, standing around in someone else's clothes in someone else's apartment. I hope Sam didn't mind too much about today. Michelle? I'm back. Oh, you were watering the plants? Thank you. I keep forgetting to water them. They look so pitiful. Please consider them sometimes. Yeah, but they're still alive somehow. If you don't take care of them properly, sooner or later they'll wither away and die. Okay. Your blouse will be done in an hour. We can pick them up from the laundromat when they're done. Thank you so much. I've been a bother to you all night. It's gotten late now. It's no bother at all. It was all my fault that things didn't go well today. No, it wasn't. I had a good time, really. Don't blame yourself. I see. I'm glad. Would you like to watch something on TV while waiting? I don't want to intrude too much. Don't worry. How about I put on a record? Just take a seat and relax. Let me grab you something to drink. Oh, it's fine. I'm not thirsty. Yeah, I had a glass of water at the bar. Coke? I have Coke. Tepid water is good then. Just water? You don't need to be so reserved. Why don't I make some warm tea? Would that be alright with you? Sure, tea would be fine. Okay, I'll be right back. Sam put on a record and went over to the kitchen to make some tea. She had me sit on her bed while I waited. I saw from the cover jacket that it was a Deanie Ip record. She was a popular singer and actress, but I never listened to this particular album before. I was surprised when I saw Sam take out a vinyl record. I would have thought that someone like Sam would have gotten a compact disc player by now. I listened to the music. It was a soft funk song. I think it was a Cantonese cover of an English song. Sighing softly, break my heart. I watched Sam boil water using a portable gas stove. I giggled a little bit. I suppose Sam is more old school than I first thought. Sighing softly, without saying a word. I don't know how this song goes. Sam, with her back towards me, made me feel a little lonesome. The water didn't take too long to boil. The little blue flame danced quietly to the music. Before the song had finished, Sam came back with a set of teacups. She had made oolong tea. Ooh, oolong tea. Haven't had that in a while. I took a sip. It was warming. It didn't taste too bitter. I hope you don't mind the place. I know it's a little cramped. I haven't gone around to sorting out some things. No, it's fine as it is. Your place is close to the station. It's convenient, isn't it? Oh my god, it's guitar. It is! The song you played earlier. Could you play it again? I kinda like it. Of course, it's my favorite song. Really? I guess I'm showing my age. What do you mean? Oh, the disco is good fun, but a part of me is stuck in the old days, in the days of folk and funk. You know, years ago, Ruby used to be an old funk bar. It was never this flashy until Cecilia took over. I see. You two have known each other long. I suppose so. About earlier. I'm sorry. What for? I didn't mean to yell at you, or take away your evening with your friend. You didn't. I shouldn't have acted that way. She's just on the constant apology session, and Sam's just like, you got nothing to apologize for. I guess I was being selfish. Selfish? In what way? I don't know. Maybe you should be a little more selfish around me. Sam shifted herself closer to me on the bed. My legs suddenly cramped. I stood up quickly. Oh, I have a leg cramp. Sam laughed. I felt flushed. I've been sitting around all day. I needed to walk around a bit. My eyes turned towards the photos that Sam had displayed on her wall. Sam had quite the amount of photos on display. I looked through them slowly. What are you looking at? Your photos. I'm not allowed to look? Oh, no, please. They're so embarrassing. Oh my god. I noticed that Sam had a framed picture of herself when she was in high school. She went to a notable Catholic girls' school. I was surprised. I had university classmates who went to the same school. They were prim and proper dainty girls, not at all similar to Sam. The Sam in this photo looked like a bright-eyed and bushy-tailed student. Her smile was not much different from the way it is now. There was a playfulness in her expression. It was cute. It was like seeing a before and after puppy photo. Calling her a puppy? Oh, she smirks. Huh? I saw you smirk. Well, what is it? See, I'm still going for the defensive route, but we're not being defensive right now. You used to look so cute, like damn dude, like what about now? I don't even remember what I said here actually. What I chose in this decision. I can only believe that I don't remember what I chose here. I sometimes wish that it gave me the option of like what I chose before. Just so I know. But your smile never changed. You still have the same smile after all these years. I should have gone for the middle one, but... Eh? You look so keen in this photo. What do you mean by that? I'll let you know, I was the top of my class in math. Ho ho! At one point, I had a sign-up list for classmates who wanted to be tutored by me. Damn. Were you making it like a business, you know, getting them to pay you? Really? That's really impressive. A sign-up list. I can't believe it. It's true. I was good at teaching people how to ace the tests. Alright, I believe you. Do you really? I do. See, look, this is sort of like the illusion of choices, because if I chose the middle one, it still would have gone to like the same exact thing, but it kind of felt like the middle one would have matched more with what she was saying here. So, yeah, she said, do you really? I do. I'm sure your underclassmen really looked up to you. What's that? Are you being sarcastic? I'm not. Here, I'll show you a funny photo. Huh? Sam pointed to an odd photo. Who's that in this photo? It was a photo of a teenage Sam flanked by two muscular men. They were at a picturesque beach. One man I recognized as her father. He was wearing an undershirt and posed for the camera with his arm flexed. The other man in the photo was much younger than her father. He was bare-chested and proudly displayed his muscles. Young Sam was dressed in casual wear. She wore a short-sleeved shirt and shorts. She stood plainly in the center of the photo. She looked displeased. It was an unusual picture. Oh, that guy? That's my older brother. Really? He and my dad liked to bodybuild at one point. Wow. It's a lot of and huh? This was taken when I went with my dad to visit my brother in California for his wedding. Your brother was married at that time? Oh my god, the way I said that. Yup. I see. He looks so young in this photo. He's 5 years my senior. He had gone to California to study when he was 19, and not long after, he called and told us that he was getting married. Wow. For his last Christmas card, I think he and his wife are on to their 4th child now. Holy shit. That's impressive. Do you have siblings? No, I'm an only child. Ah, I see. Do you get lonely without your brother around? Not really. He teased me a lot when I was a child. He called me names like Bucktooth Billy. There was one time he set fireworks off in the house and blamed it on me. Clearly, I was my parents' favorite child. We bickered a lot as children. I guess we didn't bond in much in parts of our age difference. I think that's nice though. I didn't have anyone like that growing up. I do relate that to Sam with like me and my brother, because like my brother is like 10, almost a decade older than me. You know, there's a big long generation, and because of that I sort of feel like I can't really get into much talks to... Okay, I'm lying at this point. I'm like thinking back, I'm like, at this point I'm just lying to myself. I get along well with my brother. It's my sister that I don't get along with. That being said, even if I get along well with my brother, I do feel that I don't really have that much bond with him, and it just feels like if I do end up moving away from him or my family, I wouldn't really feel like I would miss them all that much. That's what I generally feel like, but this is also from me, like, I've still haven't really lived on my own, but I remember going on a sort of like a field trip for my my Catholic journey and all that, and that was one of the first time I was ever staying at a place away from my family, and honestly that was one of the most comforting experience I had during that time, just being away from the mess of everything. So, I guess we didn't bond much in parts because of our age difference. I think that's nice though. I didn't have anyone like that growing up. Again, the grass is greener on the other side. It's just my mother. It was just my mother and father. I'm not sure about a brother, but I always thought of having an older sister would be nice. Me too, Michelle. Me too. Is that so? You would make a lovely younger sister, I'm sure. Sam showed me more of her photos. There were a number of photos of herself as a child. She seemed like a happy child who liked to sing and dance. A wide, toothy smile could be seen in all her baby photos. Sam must have been quite an endearing child to her parents and a sweet sister to her brother. When I see her smile like that, I could feel that Sam came from a loving family. When I think about my own childhood photos, I wasn't as cute or photogenic as Sam. Usually the camera flash would catch me with wide open eyes and a stiff expression, much like an animal in the headlights. My father liked to take a lot of photos when I was a child. After he passed away, there weren't many photos of me with my mother. My father's camera was kept in a storage box somewhere. Thinking about it made me feel a little sad. My dad likes to take photos a lot as well. He would used to go and take wedding photos for our family and all that, and it was heartwarming to see that Sam treasured her family photos. I know this one particular photo. It was larger than all the other photos she had. It was framed and hung on the wall. Oh, is that her mom? It's an old picture. You have to show me your pictures next time for it to be even, alright? Oh no, they're too embarrassing. Oh, come on. It was embarrassing for Sam. Hey, that's not fair. Exactly. I want to see you as a baby too. I continued chatting with Sam about our childhood while we waited. Time seemed languid. I didn't feel tired at all. Earlier, when I was with Sam in the disco, it was so loud and busy, I couldn't really talk in depth with Sam. When we talked here at her place, there was something about Sam that reminded me of an old school friend. The way we could talk frankly without having to show face was refreshing. With coworkers or even relatives, meeting someone always involved showing proper respect or courtesy. Oh yeah, I forgot, she also said without showing face. You know, having to show face. Yeah, just when you're with your friends and all that, you can just be yourself. And they've literally only met for like 2 days and they're already at this point. It also involved a bit of showboating of one's education and wealth as well. It was strange the time I shared with Sam. I had misjudged Sam earlier. I shouldn't let my prejudice influence my judgment of another person's character. We seek meaning in our lives one way or another. That's just life for anyone and everyone in this city. When I was with Sam like this, I felt at ease. It was as if I was visiting a cousin's home despite this being our second meeting. Oh, cousins, you say? Though sometimes when I turned away, I caught her glance. There was an odd feeling. I didn't know how to explain it. This awkward tension between us. Yeah, the sexual tension that is between you guys. I noticed sometimes her hand would brush lightly against mine when we were next to each other. She leaned in close to talk. I noticed her eyes looked for my reaction whenever she made a funny quip or a compliment. I felt as if I stayed here longer, as something more... Oh, huh? I've completely forgotten about the time. Could I borrow your phone? Yes, of course. It's next to the television. I'll stop the record, 1 second. Thanks. Gotta call my mom. I had forgotten to let my mother know that I would be late coming home. I wanted for her to at least not be waiting up for me. I had made her worry the other night. No. I dialed my own number with Sam's rotary phone. God, a rotary phone. I should know my own phone number at heart, but my fingers felt clumsy. I kept misdialing. I eventually dialed the correct number. The line connected right away. Hello? Mother? I'm phoning to let you know... Yes, I'm on my way home. No, it won't be long. Please don't worry about me and rest. I know it's very late. I just want to let you know I'm alright. Huh? No, nothing of that sort. Something came up. Where am I? I'm just at work. It's been a busy day. I had something to eat, so please, you don't have to wait for me. I'll be home as soon as I can. Don't worry about me. I'm fine. I'll take a taxi home. Bye. I ended the call in a hurry. There was a suspicious tone in my mother's voice. When she has her doubts, she would persist to question me. I had to cut the conversation short. I couldn't tell her that I went to the pub with Sam. I guess that would set off 1,000 more questions. My mother associated pubs with degenerate behavior. Even if I didn't do anything bad, she would assume that I did. I was not that kind of person. Why does she have to make me feel guilty about every little thing? That's the thing. You shouldn't be feeling guilty over every little thing. You finished your call? Yes. Why did you lie to your mother about being at work? There's nothing you need to hide. Well, there is a whole lot to hide when your mom is making you feel fucking guilty. Why were you listening in? I just overheard. It's a small room and she turned off the music, so like there's nobody else. It's easier to explain to my mother that I'm at work instead of whatever happened earlier. The disco? You could tell her you were with a friend, eating late night snacks and having a chat. Yeah, and then she would start questioning about this friend. She won't believe that. My mother is the traditional type. She won't believe that you have friends. Anything past 10 p.m. is considered late for her. If she knew I went to a disco, she'd jump to the conclusion that I was out doing something else. Really? Is that so wrong to be out late? It's not wrong. It's just, for my mother, she thinks it's not appropriate to be out late as a woman. She associates any nightlife as with bad behavior. I wouldn't want her to misunderstand. I see. Your mother must be worried about you. I can send you back now if you want. You can pick up the shirt from me another day. I can take care of it. It shouldn't be long now, right? I've already been a bother to you. You could have had a good time in Discord instead if it wasn't for me. And then she just goes right back into it. No, you don't need to keep saying that. I had a good time with you. I have to be honest with you. I might just be one of those bad girls your mother warned you about. Oh, huh? No. It was a new experience for me. And I didn't mean to say that you're bad. I never meant it that way. You're different. You're independent. You're cool. Ho ho! You can do anything you want. You're not like that. Really? You think too highly of me. I think you're a charming person, Michelle. What is this music that just kicked in? Much more than you know yourself. Huh? Michelle, I enjoyed being with you. Can I see you again? Sam! Yes! I don't know, Sam. I really need to stop clicking on the, I don't know. Because I just feel bad afterwards. Commitment, man. Commitment. I don't... Wait. Yeah, the other one's... Okay. I don't know, Sam. I don't know, but... I just... Michelle, do you dislike me? Huh? No. I don't know. I want to get to know you more, Michelle. I like what you have to say. I want to hear more of your thoughts and what you feel. The way you express yourself is... pretty. Huh? Michelle, you're a pretty girl, you know that? Damn, Sam, she's laying on the moves right now. Huh? The way you are? Like this? Sam stepped forward towards me. Do I have the adult patch on? I don't remember. I could feel the temperature rising in the room. Was it her body heat or my own? I wasn't sure. I closed my eyes and turned away. I couldn't bear to look at Sam in the eye. Her stare was hypnotizing. It made me feel weak, as if I was going to buckle over. Ho ho! Oh my god! Sam was standing over me. Michelle, look at me. Sam. Oh my god! Oh my... She leaned forward and pressed her lips on mine. In the warm light of an incandescent lamp, we shared a gentle, quiet kiss. I stood in a daze. My sensibility were shocked. I never experienced something quite like this. I didn't know how to respond to her touch. I put my mental attention to anything that wasn't Sam's bodily contact. I heard muffled voices from above. The upstairs neighbors seemed to be talking on their balcony. I smelled something savory. Delicious smells wafted in from the open window. Someone next door was about to have a midnight snack. Somewhere in the distance, a dark dog was barking. It was so lively at this hour, I thought. Even then, it was still enough that I could hear the drip-drop of waters from Sam's kitchen faucet. The sound of my own beating heart was loud in my ears. She smelled of a sweet fragrance. The balcony window that I leaned against felt cool. Her body that leaned against mine was warm. Sam's lips were soft. You know, okay, I'm starting to get that the soundtrack is like this like sensual sort of track, but when it first started, and it's also because I probably am reading a little bit too much of I'm More Dangerous Than You, but I immediately thought of, oh no, I'm scared. Sam is a serial killer this whole time. I gasped for air. I had forgotten how to breathe. I had forgotten to breathe for an entire minute. I opened my eyes to the same studio apartment. I didn't fall asleep and dream. Sam was standing before me. She brushed back the hair covering my face and looked into my eyes. Her touch was gentle and warm. I heard her whisper my name softly. There was a slow hesitation between us. I was at a loss for words. What was I supposed to feel? Everything was so sudden. Sam looked dreamy, almost wistful. She closed her eyes again. Sam put her hand around my waist. She leaned in again. Her body pushed against mine, and she pressed her lips against mine with more weight than last. I felt the pressure from her knee between my thighs. This was getting dangerous. Yeah, a little too dangerous. I broke away from her kiss. Michelle, Sam, I have to go. Oh, there she goes. Michelle! Ooh, she's overloading, dude. I felt flushed from head to toe. My face was hot. I could not say anything more to Sam, much less look at her in the eye. I froze up. My flight or fight reflexes took over. I had to get away. I pushed Sam aside and I quickly gathered my belongings. I left her apartment in a hurry. There was no time to wait for the elevator. I walked down the fire exit, and as soon as I was street level, I hailed a cab to take me home. Damn, dude, she worked fast. She's just like, I'm not. Just down the stairs. It didn't take long for me to flag a taxi down. I didn't realize until I was in the car that I was still wearing Sam's blouse, and that my own was probably drying in the laundromat. I just wanted to get home and get some rest. I would have to find a way to deal with this another time. At that moment, I couldn't even think clearly. I never experienced such a thing before, much less with another woman. I couldn't believe it. The taxi made the turn onto Argyle and out of Mongkok district. The lights, the sound, the people, it was too much for me. I put my hand on my lips. Sam, why did you have to kiss me like that? I don't know. After such a long day, I arrived back home. I couldn't believe what I'd been through today. And my mother was awake. I caught my own reflection in the mirror by the doorway entrance. I looked disheveled. My hair was frizzy. The foundation of my face had rubbed out, okay. And the dark circles that form under my eyes were horribly apparent. Oh yeah, you tell that to me. I got fucking horrible eye bags right now. I was so tired. I needed to get out of Sam's shirt right away and washed up for bed. I tiptoed my way down the hall corridor. My mother would be upset if she knew I got back at this hour. I called my mother earlier, so she should be rest assured that I was alright and on the way home. The lights were off when I arrived home. She must have gone to bed already. There was no way she would stay up this late for me. I sighed. I had only a few hours to rest before I have to be up again for work. This was all her fault. I was about to step into my room successfully unnoticed when I heard the sound of my mother's bedroom door. My mother had stepped out. She didn't greet me at first, though her expression had said enough. Why are you home so late? I told you I was going to be late. Things kept happening at work. What happened to your shirt? So much for you to come back in the early morning? Why is your shirt like that? Huh? Like what? It's so wrinkled. And you have the top of your shirt undone? Oh my god. It's been a long day, that's all. I'm sorry. You didn't have to wait for me to come back. I told you I would be late. I put your meal in the fridge. You can save it for your lunch tomorrow. Thank you. I'm going back to sleep. Okay. Good night. Oh, what is it? I called your workplace and they said you left early today. Of course you would call the fucking workplace. You should hurry up to bed. You have work tomorrow. You can't go to work looking like this. Oh, okay. My mother returned to her bedroom as quietly as she came. It took a few moments for me to regain my composure. Her cold demeanor and curt statements caught me unguarded. My mother had the ability to send feelings of guilt and fear deep into my spine. I didn't really want to hear what she thought of me coming home late. I don't know why it was always like this with my mother. Her care and concern had always been so much where it would be controlling. I know she loves me very much and only worries about my well-being. My mother had done her best to take care of me alone after my father passed away. I know she has been lonely. I love my mother. Sometimes I just want her to let me be my own person. Yeah, it's that fucking hook again, you know? Your mother's got a hook on you, and she's not gonna let you go, which is, a very unfortunate thing. And when it comes to things like these, it's just so hard to get out of it. Again, it's a hook, you know? I love you. I care for you. So why are you making me worry so much for you? Huh? Why can't you be a good child and do exactly as I say? Let me go check the archive. Hold on. Oh my god. When I go into the archive, it literally just shows me the one. Okay. When I saw this, I know she has been lonely. I'm just like, just get your mom friends then. Like, what is she want to go to a book club or something? Oh, dude. Yeah, I didn't really want to hear what she thought of me coming home late. You know, at that point, that's when you gotta be defensive. Be like, what's it to ya? Mother? You think I need to live with you? I'm out of here. Alright. How could I have told her that I was... Ooh, that you were out kissing another girl? Ooh, that I was with another woman, and... Sam. What a weird person. I let myself get caught up in her games, and such a thing happened. I better get myself cleaned up and put this night behind me. I couldn't let a person I just met change the life that I've worked so hard to build up. I had to get myself out of this weird shirt and put myself to bed. It's not a weird shirt, it's just a button-up shirt. Oh? Ooh. Thinking about it, I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about the kiss. I've never seen my mother and father kiss. In movies, it was always between a man and a woman. How could Sam just kiss me like that? I felt embarrassed and hot just thinking about it. Sam really did kiss me, right? She walked towards me, and she used her body to push me against the balcony window. Her body was warm. I remembered the cool touch of the window on my back and that of Sam's jade necklace on my neck. The old-fashioned stone pendant of Sam's glided down my neck and my collarbone when she leaned in on me. She put her lips on mine. She pressed her lips on mine tightly. The kiss felt like it lasted for an eternity. When she finally pulled away, I was left breathless. Oh, Sam was so brazen. She didn't hesitate at all to go in for another kiss. The second time, she even parted my lips with her tongue. Oh my god! Ugh! I remember making a weird sound. I felt so embarrassed. I still couldn't believe it. I never imagined that I would kiss someone like that. Look, man, you were in her territory. She was on her game. Sam, what have you done? Yeah, what have you done, Sam? At the end of the night, I did not get a wink of sleep. Well then, my legs were sore. Oh, from all that walking, my eyes were swollen. Oh, I feel you on that. How was I going to get myself to work like this? I laid on the bed, ruminating over thoughts of calling in sick. Did you? But I better not. Alright. If I missed work, I would trouble my coworkers and give myself a harder time at work the next day. And I'm sure if I stayed at home, my mother would give me a long lecture on how irresponsible I was to skip work. I didn't want to have a one-on-one confrontation with my mother again if I didn't have to. I know she'll try to bring up what happened last night if I did. I have to force myself to get up soon. I looked at my clock again. I had some time to spare. I chose to keep my eyes closed for a little bit longer. I had time until the morning alarm sounded. Oh, and now it's gone. I groaned. I reasoned to myself that I could stay in bed for another 5 minutes if I ate while walking to the station. Me every morning, just keep clicking the snooze button. Oh, there it is again! Fuck! 5 more minutes. I'll make up the time by running up the escalators. Here it goes again. 1 more minute. You're gonna be late. Oh no! I was going to be late! I was able to get out of bed in the end. My morning commute was a terrible rush. I made it to work just barely on time, which was late considering that I usually arrived early. There was already a stack of faxes and documents waiting on my desk for me to process. Today was going to be a long day. Damn you, Joey, get out of here! Hey, Michelle. Hello? You there? Oh, still there? What is it, Joey? You look like you were in a trance. Are you alright? I'm just a little tired. There's quite a lot of work for me to do this morning. Oh yeah? You shouldn't push yourself so hard. Are you going to get lunch soon? I see you often go to that nearby eatery. Is it good? Not yet. I have a few more documents I want to push through. You work too much. You need to take a break or you're going to exhaust yourself. I know. You look so pale. Did you eat this morning? No. No, I was running a bit late, so I skipped breakfast. What? How can you not eat at all? It happens sometimes. Okay, we're getting lunch. Now? Yes, or else you'll pass out. I brought lunch today. What? If you're tired, you need to eat something fresh and hot. You sound like my mother. Really? Good, because I care. Come on, let's go grab some grub. Damn you, Joey! He's being a nice guy right now, how dare he? I brought Joey to my usual lunchtime haunt. I liked this place because it was conveniently close to the office and reasonably priced. What will you order? I usually get the barbecue pork rice. I'll get that. Excuse me, miss. We'll get 2 orders of barbecue pork rice. 2 orders of barbecue pork rice coming right up. Wait! Actually, make that just 1. I'll get the fishball soup instead. Ooh. Okay, 1 order of barbecue pork rice and 1 order of fishball soup. Thank you. Soup? So light. It's sufficient. If it suits you. Though, if you're tired, you should eat something meatier. My sister has anemia and she gets dizzy spells very easily when she doesn't eat enough. You have to eat more pork and beef if you're anemic. Is that so? That's too bad for your sister. Yes, my mother makes her goji berry and red date soup. Good for women, she says. I can have her make some extra for you. Oh, there's no need for that. I just didn't get enough sleep last night. I'll be sure to eat a balanced diet. Alright, good. Hey, tell me. It's a little personal, but do you mind if I ask you something? What is it? A fellow in my department wanted to know if there was someone you liked. Well? That's it, Joey. Why do you ask, huh? Tell me that. Why do you ask, Joey? I was just asking for a coworker. Don't fucking lie to me, Joey. Okay. I know it was too personal. You know, your reports are quite popular among my colleagues. Huh? It's just data. I don't understand why it's so popular. No, you! You're always with Mrs. Tam. Well, I'm Mrs. Tam's personal assistant. That's why you're quite an enigma for the rest of the office. An enigma? I don't think I'm a mysterious person. Alright, then answer me another question. It's a simple one. What? What are your hobbies? What do you like to do outside of work? I like to read and listen to music. You know, ordinary things. That's great. What kind of books do you like? Nothing in particular. I can read any book. What are you reading now? I'm reading this wuxia novel. Wuxia. Oh, that's interesting. I read them lots when I was in my teens. Hey, don't you think I got the brows of a kung fu superstar? What? My mother says I'm handsome enough to be an actor. Alright, Joey. But she said studying was more important. So that's why I have glasses and became an accountant. I see. That's quite logical advice. Do you think she was right? She has a point. It's tough to make it as a film star. I guess so. My mother was right in the end. I don't think I could work anywhere as an actor outside of Hong Kong. What do you mean by that? You don't think about immigrating? I haven't yet. You should start thinking about it. Joey! You ever think about leaving Hong Kong? They signed the papers. You think things will be the same? Uh-oh. I don't know. I can't imagine things will change that much. Michelle, you're in the 80s, but like, oh, when fucking 2020 hits. Are you thinking about leaving Hong Kong for good? I plan on it. I went to college in America. It's not bad. The roads and the houses are huge. Everything, including the food proportions, are bigger. My dream is to own a big house with a big yard and raise a family. Ah, he's been sucked into the American dream. I see. That's quite an admirable dream. So, why didn't you stay in America after finishing your studies? Oh! My mother wanted me to come back and find a wife in Hong Kong first. I see. What? Don't want to find a American wife? You majored in English, right? It won't be too big of a change for you to live in America. It will be a change just because she learned English. I'm not sure about that. I'm like, American and Hong Kong culture, or just East Asian culture, is so different. The food came out shortly. Joey seemed to be an intelligent guy. He was tall, his appearance was neat. He wore an expensive brand of wristwatch. It looked new. The silver on the band still had a bright shine. He probably came from a good and caring family. I'm sure he is beloved and he is the beloved and cherished son of the family. His mother and father must be proud of him. I watched him dig into his meal. There was something about the way he ate the barbecue pork rice, and the way the sheen of pork fat shone off his lips. It wasn't much at all similar to Sam's. I got up from my seat quickly. I just remembered I haven't sent my morning reports to my supervisor yet. Did you eat? I always had them done before lunch. How tired must I be to let that slip my mind? You're done eating already? Yes, I want to head back to the office to finish my work. You're so gung-ho to work. That's great. No, it's not, Joey. Wait for me, I'll finish up too. Alright, back at home. Back at work. After an intensive day at my desk, I managed to finish my work on time. I packed up my things and clocked out. That day, I decided to go straight home. I might put on a movie after dinner to relax. Regardless, it was going to be an early night at home for me. I was happy it was finally the weekend. It had been a long and tiring week. I wanted to take it easy for the next few days. Alright. Gotta chill, maybe watch the movie that Sam gave you. All because of a broken shoe that such a sequence had transpired. By fluke, the shoe broke and became unwearable. But now that it's fixed, the shoe will carry on its purpose until it eventually wears out and becomes unwearable again. Until then, the shoe has no need to be repaired by a shoe cobbler. In the same way, a healthy person doesn't need to be seen by a doctor. I have no reason to see Sam except for the fact that she has her favorite blouse and you have her shirt. And likewise, I didn't have any reason to see her except for the reason I just told you before. Of course, I watched the movie that I bought from her, not because it was her suggestion, but because I had already bought a copy. Yeah, totes. It would be a waste to set it aside and let it collect dust in my room. I had looked into the film and received a few accolades at the time of its release. I wanted to see it for its own cultural merit. I watched the movie. Wow, the main character. She struggled every moment in the film to be accepted as an equal in society. She struggled until everything was taken away from her. Everything she did almost felt like it was done in vain. It was a very depressing movie. Sam, what did you think after watching this film? I stopped the tape and rewound it to the beginning. Oh my god, VCRs. Saturday was the day I have time to tidy my room and prepare for the next week. I had done my laundry in the morning and finished sorting everything into its proper place. There was one item that did not have its proper place, however. Her shirt. I still had Sam's shirt that I borrowed that day. I pondered on what I should do with it. I thought against hanging it up in my closet. Having it would be an eyesore reminder of that strange night I spent with her. Tossing it out would be too heartless. She still had my blouse. I wouldn't want her to toss out my blouse. It was an Italian silk. I don't know about Sam's cotton shirt, but mine had monetary value. Damn, dude. I'm gonna roast her shirt? I hope she didn't throw away a perfectly good shirt. I should get my blouse and give the shirt back to her. That would make us even. And we won't have anything more between us after that. Totes. Totes. Oh my god. Mother, I'm going out today. You're going out? Who are you meeting? I'm meeting a friend. You have friends? A friend? Yes, a high school classmate. Where are you meeting? Just at the markets in Mongkok. We'll look around there and have lunch nearby. The skirt you're wearing is too short. Oh, come on. And white color? Anyone could easily see your white underwear. Alright, Mom. No need to fucking slut-shame me, alright? Your skirt in white color? Anyone could easily see your white underwear? Look, man. Maybe if she's wearing, like, bright pink underwear under a white skirt, I could get it, but... Mother... No? You should change into pants if you're going out alone. It's fine, Mother. It's dangerous. Especially in such a busy place. Everyone dresses like this on a hot day. Really? I'm not going far and I'm not planning to be out long anyway. Haha, Michelle. She doesn't know. When will you come home? I don't know. I'll be home by dinner time. Okay. Make sure to come home earlier. I'll make your favorite fish maw soup. Alright, I can't wait to have it. I'll be back home soon. Bye. Bye-bye. I lied to my mother again. It wasn't anything. The truth would confuse and trouble her. This is where I should stop, but like... I can't stop. I just want to play this game. I love it. But I think I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm gonna stop here. She's gonna be heading back to Sam, give her shirt back, and for Sam to give her blouse back, so... And they're going to be even from there on out. Very nice. Very nice. Damn, dude, Sam was really in her element. She just came in there. Michelle was like, I'm overloading and everything right now. See you later. This is dangerous. I'm out. Oh, I love that scene. So nice. Oh, and now I have to double check after this if I do have the adult patch on, because, I mean, if I have it on, I'll just censor it, and then I don't know, I might not even show you guys it, which at that point is like, what's the point of me having the adult patch on if I'm not even showing it on YouTube? Wow, who would have thought? Anyways, let me go into the archive again. Oh, this was, yeah, this was when she was late. And then there was also Joey, too, you know, when you first meet Joey. I'm just being hostile towards him. Oh, let me go. I'm just being hostile towards Joey right now, even though he's just... he's just a dude who's just, you know, trying to hit on Michelle, and Michelle just doesn't realize. But when Sam is doing it, Michelle's just like, oh, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. And Joey's here, like, doing the exact same thing as Sam, and she's just like, I don't know. Oh, dude, love it. Love it. I do like Joey in this scene a lot better. I just didn't like Joey as much when he was like, oh, you know, when I saw you in those slippers, I feel like it was a weakness. So I'm just kind of like, okay, Joey, chill. And then Joey was also here to talk about Hong Kong and all that, and it's just, you know, he's like, did you know they signed the papers? Things might change. And like, he's like, have you thought about immigration? You know, getting the fuck out of Hong Kong? All I'm gonna say is Joey's making the right decision. Just saying. He's also been captivated by the American dream, so. I don't know why Joey is like, oh, you major in English, so moving to America wouldn't be too much for you. I'm just like, it's a whole different culture, but whatever, Joey. Whatever. Screw you, Joey. But if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I will most likely continue this in another part immediately after, so I will see you then.